Hi everyone, it's Sunday night, March 15th, and I've been waiting about a week and a half to send out a message to my clients, to some of my referral partners that I do business with. I think it's important to probably address some of the things that are going on, not just from a health standpoint with regards to coronavirus, but also with what we've seen as of late with the markets. I've been getting a lot of emails, a lot of phone calls. This is not a video I'm going to share on social media. I just wanted to send it out specifically to people that I do business with, that know me, that trust me, and that have probably valid concern and questions about what's going on right now. So it's been a whirlwind 10 days, be frank with you. When the scare first came on the radar here in the United States, as the cases started in Washington, we saw an immediate drop in the market as far as the Dow was concerned. And what that immediately did is it created an opportunity from a rate standpoint. We saw rates hit all-time lows, and we had about a 3 to 4 day window in which they were open. It might have even been shorter than that in some cases. And as quickly as it was open, it was very rapidly closed. What really occurred over that time frame was banks hit a capacity, and they had to artificially raise rates to kind of stem off the flow, if you will. So that's one thing, right? Then you had a secondary issue which hit last week, which was a lack of liquidity in the marketplace. As the Dow continued its perilous drop throughout the beginning of the week and into Thursday, there was a lot of margin calls that were taking place between banks as far as investments and that sort of thing. So the only way that the banks were able to access liquidity is through the actual sale of some of their bonds. And that included selling mortgage bonds instead of buying them. And that in itself actually allowed rates to go back up to some of the highest levels that we've seen in probably 6 to 12 months. On a 30-year fixed conforming, we were looking at levels that were up almost at 4% on owner-occupied, which was a direct shift from the week previous. So as you can imagine, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Now, for a lot of my clients, I have you locked in. There's nothing to worry about. Now comes today, and that's why I'm making this video. So the Fed has stepped in and decided to make an emergency cut on rates to the tune of 100 basis points. How is that going to affect rates today? That in itself actually doesn't help rates. What they're actually trying to do is increase liquidity in the marketplace, and they're trying to spur on the Dow to see if they can get a little bit of growth, a little bit of activity to try to get investors to basically reimagine themselves coming back into the market. We've had a lot of people sell off, sideline their money. We'll see what the effect is. At the end of the day, it comes down to one thing. It really is going to come down to time and medicine. This coronavirus thing, it's concerning to all of us. It's something that's hit, if not everyone's community, soon to be everyone's community. I know here in San Diego, we have school closures, public places, people are being told not to gather, not being able to go to church, that sort of thing. All of those things, play an emotional role. And I think people are very emotional right now. So I'm not a medical professional by any means, but my family and I, we believe in, the precautions that our society is taking as a whole, our community is taking as a whole. Try not to spread the disease faster than it has in other countries, like in Italy or even Spain now that's come on board. But at the end of the day, I'm here for you to be kind of a trusted advisor with this whole mortgage thing. I wanted to send this message to you. We anticipate rates are going to be at all-time lows here sooner rather than later. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be Monday morning, but it as the effect of the Fed coming in and kind of making this monetary policy on cutting rates and also buying additional mortgage-backed securities, we are going to see rates drop down to the lowest levels ever. So the opportunity is going to be there. All right. The one thing I want you to keep in mind is that opportunity probably is not here just yet. So if you're interested, if you've seen a headline, if you want to look into refinancing, give me a call, shoot me an email. We want to get your application on file. We want to make sure that we understand your scenario. I know a lot of you I'm very familiar with because we've worked recently in just purchases and that sort of thing. But if you feel like, hey, this might be an opportunity for you to want to re-examine things, reach out by all means. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you. And at the end of the day, we're going to try to capture the best opportunity that we can for you. Now, keep in mind, banks are working at capacity right now, so rate levels are going to go up and down. But that's my job, is to kind of hedge, figure out, and try to find the opportune time to lock you in. I'm here for you. Please stay healthy. I hope and pray that all of your families are doing well and continue to do well. And again, if there's anything that we can do, anything that we can help with, any questions that we can answer that are mortgage related, please feel free to give me a call, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.